A dramatic shift in Venezuela's oil politics is now shaking global markets and triggering a sharp backlash from China. Global oil prices slipped on Wednesday after Trump's administration said it had persuaded Venezuela to divert oil supplies away from China and allow the United States to import up to $2 billion worth of crude that had been stuck under sanctions. The prospect of increased supply pushed prices down by about 1%. The move follows Washington's ouster of Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro and aligns with President Donald Trump's stated aim of taking control of Venezuela's vast oil reserves. Trump said US would refine and sell up to 50 million barrels of Venezuelan crude, declaring that the oil revenue would be controlled by him to benefit both Venezuela and the United States. Beijing reacted sharply, with China accusing the US of bullying and violating international law, saying Washington has no right to dictate how Venezuela disposes of its own resources. China, Russia and several leftist allies have already condemned the US military operation that led to Maduro's capture. Inside Venezuela, Delcy Rodriguez, now serving as interim president, is walking a tightrope, denouncing Maduro's capture while cautiously opening the door to cooperation with Washington under explicit pressure from Trump. While Venezuela has not officially confirmed the oil deal, analysts say cargoes originally meant for China may now be routed as Caracas seeks to clear millions of barrels stranded in storage. The developments underline how oil geopolitics and military power are colliding, with Venezuela once again at the center of a global energy and diplomatic storm. Let's listen in to some reactions.
The United States has brazenly resorted to the use of force against Venezuela and demanded that America First be applied when Venezuela disposes of its own oil resources. This is a typical act of bullying, a serious violation of international law, and a grave infringement on Venezuela's sovereignty that also severely undermines the rights of Venezuelan people. China strongly condemns this. I would like to stress that the legitimate rights and interests of China and other countries in Venezuela must be protected. The United States has long imposed illegal unilateral sanctions on Venezuela's oil sector and has recently brazenly used force against Venezuela, dealing a severe blow to the country's economic and social order and also threatening the stability of global production and supply chains. China has already issued strong condemnation in this regard. I would like to reiterate that cooperation between China and Venezuela is a cooperation between sovereign states and is protected by international law and laws of both countries.
Well, this is breaking news that's coming in at this point. The United States is attempting to seize a Venezuela-linked oil tanker after a dramatic more than 2-week pursuit across the Atlantic, according to 2 US officials who have spoken to a news agency. The tanker, originally known as Bella 1 and now sailing under the name Marinera, managed to slip through a US maritime blockade of sanctioned Venezuelan vessels and rebuffed multiple attempts by the United States Coast Guard to board it. The seizure operation is being carried out jointly by the US Coast Guard and the US military. Officials say the move could significantly escalate tensions with Russia. Russian military vessels, including a submarine, were present in the general vicinity during the operation. The tanker is now registered under a Russian flag, adding another layer of geopolitical sensitivity.